So this is a trade I would be interested in taking as well if it came inverse with the market. Because I don't really see breakdowns anywhere that are going to pass our parameters. But Apple could break out here on a 60 RSI break during a broad market, kind of like, risk off rotation, and give us Microsoft just fell apart. Hold on, is this a short? Oh man, we missed that. It is. And I had MU up. That's okay. MU gave us our 65% winner. But dang, because we 100% would be in this. I saw it. I saw it on my Weeble. Darn. I mean, that's confirmed. So, like, I don't know if anybody's in this, but you broke down under VWAP, you closed and confirmed the candle under VWAP, you back tested. When you swept that low right there, that was a no-brainer trigger short. But you're kind of already where I think the price is, at the very least, going to find a temporary support level.
You
made higher highs, you can make a lower, you can make a higher low anywhere in here. So that would have been a really nice trade, though. I'm a little. I should have put it over here in MU's place. Complete rejection on NVIDIA. MU right back into range. Everything really coming back into range, except for
lower still, but. That big
Microsoft. Dip. I mean, if Microsoft loses this shelf, we can probably take it. So if Microsoft takes out pre-market low, I don't want to short and this late. We're late, unfortunately, guys. It really was right here. We should have been in this already. I wouldn't chase Microsoft down. Not into this area here. It's got a lot of confluence.
It's just too expensive. Calls are like $3,000.
Just understand that you're 10 candles into the down move. Meta, on the other hand, Meta could give us a really interesting breakdown here going into the final 15 minutes.
I want to get
if we can get a candle close outside of range. I would take Meta. QQQ under VWAP is probably a trade to the middle here. But that's not going to pass the rules. That would be very aggressive. So as presently constructed, Alphabet long, Microsoft Meta short are kind of the looks, but Microsoft has to lose pre-market low convincingly, and then still previous day low 200 opening range. Like, Microsoft is a really tough sell for me. I'd much rather either Google long or Meta short. I wish we were in Microsoft. Yeah, 98% on the Qs just to retest. Beautiful. On that roll over there, that's a beautiful trade. It's a dangerous trade. You did get short on an active breakout, but beautiful trade. QQQ puts or calls. Right now, technically, we should be looking at calls because we're above VWAP and above the 9 and trying to stay above afternoon range. But I think that the more realistic play is that we probably lose VWAP, so it will be puts into the middle of the range. Kind of this support shelf here is what I think is more likely to happen. But that's not going to be a confluence trade. That's not going to be a confirmed trade. That's not going to be something that I want beginners heading into. I mean, MU was really nice for us. I think our exit was clean. Microsoft would have been perfect if we were watching it. I mean, like, literally perfect. It's so funny. I ditched it for MU right there. And if we just took the MU trade and then came back to Microsoft right away, it'd have been a double whammy. What do you think about Applied Digital earnings? I don't think they matter at all. It's a REIT. We know what they're going to report for earnings. They have billable kilowatt hours. You can do the math pretty easily. I could probably do it in like 2 minutes with Gemini. I need the breakdown. I mean, Microsoft is the best looking short by a lot. Like, Microsoft is the short here. It's just pretty deep already. Amazon is kind of, like, Amazon and Meta, you can see sort of in the same spot. And if Alphabet can get this breakout, Alphabet over 328 is probably my favorite trade left. or Meta under, back under 600, 593, 594, and QQQ losing VWAP down into 679.50, 679.60. I'd probably take profits at like 680 though if I were short here. I would front run the profit taking on that kind of an aggressive entry. And if you were short from up here, take your profits into VWAP, please, and just retake it if you really want to. Do you think the chips will bounce tomorrow morning in the sell-off? I don't. I don't know. I don't know. I don't think so. I think we've got a lot of downward pressure, and a very like this week is not going to be technical. This week is going to be fundamental. I mean, with FOMC and all these earnings events, it's going to be very. I closed up my Google. Like I'm closing up some swing trade stuff. I'm really like selling into strength everything that I've been writing covered calls against. Kind of like no more covered calls. Like sell them on the pops, and de-risk moving into what's probably going to be the biggest, most influential week we've had this year, or potentially even have this year. Nothing, guys. I mean, I wish, but that's gross. It's really only a short, and it's a terribly low probability short at that. Tesla just, Nvidia total failure here. Apple's not going to get over VWAP, not without the imbalances. So maybe if we start to push, you can take that pop. Meta doesn't look like it's going to break down previous day low. It's already held it twice. I wouldn't get short in the hole there. Microsoft looks like a short, but you have a star. Amazon's in range, and Google, I mean, do we think Google has the juice? I think it's probably the most likely to give us a final trade here. Would be Google upside, but it kind of means that everything else stops falling apart. I've not been very interactive with the chat because, again, new software. So like it's over here now. I've got to like change all of my the things that I'm watching for, but I'll get more comfortable on it. I think I like this software a lot more. It allows me to kind of flip through. Like I can flip through different things really easily. And I think with guests, I mean, it's going to make hosting guppy. Yeah, look at there's your QQQ trade. It's going to make, and there's your Meta, by the way. Let me pull Meta up, actually. Because Meta is making the move on the candle that I needed it to make the move on. So I very quickly jumped on a couple of the 595 puts there on Meta. I'm going to have basically no tolerance with it at all. Back inside afternoon, about that opening range, back inside the afternoon range. But you have your breakdown. You're getting your breakdown candle. It's extremely spready. So if I get any pop down here, you kind of have a star or two. If I get any pop down here, I'm going to sell it in strength. And I'm in the 595 puts. Basically break even. Come on, give me the drop. Microsoft still looks like a short. Wow. It's going to take out these lows and potentially flush for the imbalances. Amazon finally kind of looking like a breakdown as well, but I'd be really careful getting short. Kind of like similar to Meta here with a star. Getting short into previous day low is a little bit more risky. Microsoft is the only fully confirmed short right now. Meta did just stop me out of a 5% loss. I'm not going to get back into it. I'll watch Amazon. Microsoft is the confirmed short. I hate chasing it down here. I hate chasing it, but it was the buy. I mean, Microsoft was the short. But basically this whole time we've been talking about it as it comes into previous day high. So I'm not in anything anymore. I hope some people took a little bit of risk on Microsoft to the downside and are being rewarded for that. This didn't go. And I don't know if I want to take an aggressive and balanced trade. I'm not sure how much I feel about that. What to hold overnight? Absolutely nothing, Bella. Nothing. I mean, nothing that isn't a forever hold. That's kind of my general thought process going through this week is if it's not a forever hold, like if it's not something that I want to hold for the next 6 to 12 months at a bare minimum, like hold through a correction, essentially, if a correction were to come, if you have anything that is not a hold through a correction, you need to be using any kind of pops in those names to de-risk the positions. Doesn't mean we're going to get a correction. It just means that the risk is definitely there, and you should be prepared for one. Big fail breakdown, actually, here on the Qs. If this volume candle can kind of get back up into here, you end up getting this little, like, failed breakdown on the head and shoulders. That can squeeze into the end of the day. I'll keep an eye on that if we start to really pump. I think Microsoft's about to rally up. I got calls that just understand that you're 100% counter trend. You have the star, you're on support, but the trend here does not say get into Microsoft calls.
Let's see, buddy.
It actually says the opposite.
What do you know?
Apple.
Yes, thousands of
people. Yeah, see, like it needed to kind of do this consolidation here.
It's going up.
Here. Like, I wanted to see this, like, $1 higher on Apple, and it would have been a really nice long way. It's probably going to be a long here. Be really careful on that Microsoft. Seriously, like, that can fall out real quickly on these lows down here. Instantly rejected. Looks like a buy imbalance that, like, instantly paired off to me. Apple long, but it's late in the day, and you're not going to be able to get a full confirmation. You're going to have to kind of take it on breakout, which is inherently risky. And there were 2 safe trades today, and we took one of them, and the other one we had replaced the chart with, or we would have taken Microsoft much earlier. I just don't see anything else happening here. Like, this isn't going to do anything. This just rejected. This is exhausted. This is something, but, I mean, not enough time to really play out the reclaim double bottom move. Big Meta going down at 277. Or is it 577? I mean, on what time frame? I think Meta's going a lot lower than that, if I'm just being totally frank. I think Meta has the opportunity to go, like, in the 3s, to be completely honest. If we really have a real panic around AI and CapEx and spending, like, they are going to be they're going to look like Oracle. They're going to be ground zero for beaten down spenders. Please, whoever said that they were in the Microsoft calls, please strongly consider your position, whatever is remaining of it, if you're still in that. You're just bleeding. Like, I know that you're not profitable on that. You're bleeding. You're probably down 30 or 40%. So understand that 30-40% is not 100%, and that you can still salvage that if you are still in it. He bought more Poet. The man bought Poet. Let's go take a look. I haven't looked at this Poet chart in a little bit. What a spot. I mean, it doesn't pass the parameters, but it's a great spot. It's very, very orderly. So, and I do this. I used to teach this a lot more before we were really emphasizing these specific parameters. I was a little bit more of a structure trader, and I like the structure, but generally this structure will consolidate in the top, reclaim the 9 before getting the breakout. And so I like the structure on Poet, but you can probably buy it $1 higher with 30% less risk. And now, I mean, Poet could do this, you know what I mean, and you miss the trade, but I don't really see that happening. And if we have a really big meltdown in the markets, Poet's going to go to like $2. So just if you're buying it, understand that you're buying a company that has absolutely no fundamental backing and no floor. There's no floor on Poet. Meta does have a floor. Like, if Meta went down into the 300s, it would be on a floor. There's no floor with Poet. Rocket Lab showing strength. I think that's not what I thought was going on, but we can go look at that one in a second as well. Anybody still in any trades? Trump says very friendly talks with Iran with missiles. I think Microsoft is about to rally up. Yeah, I saw that. Tarpinian, I hope you made your decision there on Microsoft. Can you eval Amazon, please? Going through midterm, it's down from 270 to 11. Yeah, we'll look at Amazon, because Amazon, I think, is in a really weird spot. Look at this on a daily. So, like, it's not at a spot to bounce. Like, it's the weird spot that Amazon is in the weird spot that Microsoft was in at like 460. And I hate to kind of say that, but that's just where it is. Like, that is where Amazon is right now. It's where Microsoft was at 460 before Microsoft puked. And if the market doesn't like the spend, Amazon is going to spend more than Google. They're probably going to guide 280 to 300 billion next year in spend. So when they guide that and they say, okay, we're also going to go FCF, this is going to be the theme of this drawdown. The theme of this correction is going to be FCF, free cash flow. So when Google is now saying they're going to go free cash flow negative, when Amazon goes free cash flow negative, they're going to do the same thing. And Microsoft is kind of struggling with margins as well. That's why you see the Microsoft chart where it's at. I think long-term, Amazon's a fantastic stock. I think there will be a time where Amazon may be one of the best buys in the entire stock market, but not right now. Right now, it was a take profits into strength here. It was a trim into the double top. If you were on it, I was actually on this. We sold this at 265. I mean, look at how much of a bullseye that looks like now, just in hindsight. I think I sold it here, so it felt a little crazy as we came back up, but doesn't feel so crazy now. And that was just shares position to come reload. I think your best possible thing that could happen would be you come back into this 213, you repair this this structural gap here. This is a big structural gap in the chart. You repair that, you find some support, and you come back out and kind of do a little bit of like something that looks like that into 2027. And I think 2027 is going to be a great year for a lot of stocks in the market. I don't know if it's going to be a great year for the hyperscalers. It might actually be the year that they really capitulate on their multiples. Oh my gosh, I just did that whole write-up, and you guys didn't see the chart. Long story short, 213 on Amazon. Just picture the rest of it. If you come down into this, and you come back up, and you kind of consolidate, and you end up with a little inverted head and shoulders and a neckline that can break out into whenever the spending subsides. But that pattern can play out on like a weekly or a monthly chart. It does not have to be on the daily chart. So I don't think Amazon is an urgent buy it now kind of stock. I don't think any of the hyperscalers are. I think they show a lot of weakness, and I prefer to buy the infrastructure names that are really, I mean, they're down like 50%. We got our 200-day moving averages on Corning and on Integris today. When do the imbalances take place? They take place at 350. So you get an early look imbalances at 345, where if you have the data, like a Bloomberg terminal, or you have the data, you can kind of see what imbalances are pending. And then at 350, the imbalances actually post, and then everything will kind of pair off. And it's sort of the same thing that happens in the opening 10 minutes, happens in the closing 10 minutes, where basically large players and institutions pair off all of their stocks. Did anybody make some money today? I hope everybody got in on that MU. I hope some people caught some Microsoft downside as well. I know I sat this one out, but really just because it was so extended, it was the number one setup of the Power Hour, and the only reason we didn't get into it really right there, I mean at like 390 on the breakdown on 391, was because I had MU up and we were in a profitable MU trade in the chart spot. Micron rallying. Oh yeah, look at that. Right to the 900. And you know what's funny? That was the target I was talking about right there. It's going to make the move. It just waited until the very end of the day. Here's the problem with that, though. I had the $900 call options. This candle here on Micron would just now be getting me back up to, like, break even. I probably would have been down 90%, 95% before this candle started to go. So when you're trading 0 DTs, you have to take your profits. Amazon looks like it's going to flush. This all looks very weak to me still. This all looks very weak to me. The chips rally, but everything else falls apart. It's like the NASDAQ is reweighting things. Like the chips and the infrastructure names are getting a larger and larger weighting while the hyperscalers slowly bleed. And that's kind of what I see on a macro. Made a couple dollars. Yeah, I made a couple dollars. Yeah, Michael Burry trading bot is 28% up. Yeah, I bet. He nailed it, man. Caterpillar. He nailed it. Like, look at this. I mean, he literally, guys, sold, like, right here. Short. I mean, like, the man had, you like my crystal ball. This man has a crystal ball. Like, nailed it. What was the other one? AMAT? What else did he short? Yeah, Nvidia he kind of didn't nail quite as much, but this'll pay for him. Nvidia's gonna come into here, like 175 is probably the spot. So this'll pay for him too. Can't see the chart again. Okay, see, now I need to make note, because with this software I do have to press a button to switch them. Sorry about that, guys. I will get better about that. It's more like my meetings and less like my my old stream. Tarpinian need to stop listening to us. I mean, if you're struggling listening to us, that's fair. You should be making your own decisions. You did tell me that you were buying Microsoft calls under pre-market low after 7 red candles with a fully confluential short dashboard. Tarpinian, man, you can't blame me. I told you Microsoft was a short and you bought calls. Yeah, he went long Microsoft. You were up $2,200. You shouldn't have traded the Power Hour anyways. But if you're gonna trade it, trade the trend. I made money this Power Hour. I made like $300 this Power Hour. Like, just straight up. We normally hear your market close melody. Yeah, it's because I don't have Robinhood up. I don't think. Maybe I do. I don't know. But it's Robinhood that makes that noise. I tried to mute them all. I know, Jules. I was printing with MU till you mentioned Microsoft and Google. Well, yeah. I mean, I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. I think we played. I think we played MU pretty well. I sold basically the top on MU. I mean, outside of a couple of dollars, we sold the top on this. Like, how... It came up to 900, but we sold this right here. I mean, literally right there. And then it rallied for probably what was another 35% on those options. I did not capture that. And it immediately sold back off, and then came up and hit the target. And so, I mean, I don't know what to tell you, man. Microsoft was not a long, and I tried to make that super clear as soon as you mentioned that you were getting into it, because I don't want to see anybody.
Hey, Tom. Hold on. Let me get you on speaker. Talk to me.
Did you stop?
Nope. Nope.
Well,
I gave back like another $600.
before you stopped.
Yeah, dude. I got in this chat. It's like I pay $160 a month to like be in this community, and they threw me off, man. They threw me off. They were trying to help me, but they messed me up.
Mm-hmm.
I was looking at I was making money with Micron. Micron, every little tick is like $100. And then they talked about Microsoft, so I went to look at Microsoft, and it was so low, and I was like, man, it's about to go up. Um, and so I bought it, but then it kept dipping lower. It kept dumping.
Mm. Sounds like excuses.
Faked out
Uh,
that you're
you-
trying to get
you-
involved with
They're
Meta.
still they're
You're
talking to me
supposed
right
to
now.
stop.
They're live on YouTube talking to me like, you should have gotten out when you were up 2,200.
Yeah. And you knew better.
I know, but you know what, dude? You got to take risks, man. What if it went up? You know, like look, I just got in Google too right before market closed. Google looked like it's about to pop off, and it's down $50. But the way the setup is looking, by tomorrow, it would go back up.
Well, we'll see.
Yeah, what's up with you?
Oh, nothing. I just running the grab some bite to eat, and just figured I'd call and see if you when you knew you should have.
Dude, I walked out. I went to go feed the cows, and I was playing with the dogs, and I came back, and then the people in the chat, they were like, back off. And then they were talking about Microsoft, how it's like gone so low, and they're like, it's gonna keep going lower. And I was trying to go against the trend. I was like, you guys think it's gonna go lower, but we're gonna bounce off that previous low, because it's a thing. Like it'll bounce off the previous low and then go back up. It won't go up much, but you can. It's called scalping, when like it just bounces. You can collect a few bucks. And so I put $1,300 down, and it dropped, and I lost like 600. I messed me up. So let's see how much I have now. Google market just closed, and I have 218 in Google, and I have 1,400 buying power, so $1,600. How much did I lose? Yeah, I lost $600. Yeah. I started with $1,000 this morning, and I was up to 2,200, and then I came down 600. Yeah, it is what it is, Tom. I'm having fun. It's a game. We're just playing games.
See,
Yeah, what are you doing?
just going to get something to eat. I was working in the office, get some stuff done.
I wish you called me earlier, man, so I wouldn't be doing this stupid casino gambling.
Yeah. Um, well, it's not my fault.
It's all your fault. I blame you for all of it.
Uh-huh. Oh, you even texted me that.
Dude, I'm gonna give you a kill switch to my solar so you could just cut me off.
Your solar would shut everything off, your AC and everything.
That's fine. I'd rather like burn than give money away to these Jews. The Jewish casino.
So, yeah, you know when the kill switch is. You literally texted me. All you had to do is leave the house or something.
But then again, if I come back tomorrow, I'm gonna play again, and it's not like tomorrow's gonna change anything. I could lose it back tomorrow, so I might as well keep playing today. It's just I haven't eaten anything, and I'm like, towards the end of the day, I get goofy and I make bad moves. It's the chat, dude. It's just chat. The dude, like, I listen to the dude, and he's on a delay because he's on YouTube. So by the time he calls something out and I look at it, it's already like, it's not even in it's not what he was looking at anymore. Prices have changed, and so I try to like hop on it, and it's already too late. So, but what I was doing this morning was I was like in the morning they would be like, oh, this thing just went up, right? So I would just wait for it to peak, and then I would get puts on it. I would short it like right after everybody's taking their profits up top. I'm like hopping in so I could catch the ride back down, and that's how I was profitable this morning. But then in the afternoon things are different. It's unpredictable.
Yeah.
What an intense dude. After like market closes, I'm so drained. It's like the life was sucked out of me.
Uh, we'll see. So
I'm gonna turn off my stream. I've been streaming live this whole time. I'm gonna turn it off. Good night, people.